Welcome to video lecture on welding. In this video I am going to cover about definition of welding, principle of welding, equipment of welding and types of the welding, and details about the arc welding and gas welding. Let's see the list: definition of the welding, principle of welding, arc welding details and gas welding details. So before we get into the details of the welding process, let's have an overview of the manufacturing process, as joining process is one of the manufacturing processes. A manufacturing process is the one which converts the raw material into product. During this, the material undergoes different kind of processes. Let's see what are the different manufacturing processes are available. Number one is the casting, is the oldest one, where the metal is heated to the liquid state and poured into the mold. The mold will have in the same shape and size which is desired by the manufacturer. Sand casting, die casting are the examples for that. Next is the forming, where we are applying the force to deform the material in order to get the desired shape and size. Rolling, forging are the best examples of forming process. Joining process is the one where we are going to join the raw material in order to get the desired shape and size. Welding, soldering, brazing are the examples of joining process. Machining is the process where we remove the material from the bulk in the form of small chip in order to get the desired shape and size. The new technology uses the energy sources like thermal energy, sound energy to remove the material from the bulk to get the desired shape and size. The last one is the powder metallurgy, where we use the powder metal to make the components, where we can save nearly 50% of the raw material compared to other manufacturing processes. Let's see how this joining process is classified. It's classified into three categories: fastening, welding, and adhesive bonding. And further, welding is divided into fusion, solid state, resistance, and others. Fusion welding further classified into arc welding and the gas welding. Other processes are smoking and brazing. Try to understand what exactly meant by the welding. The welding may be defined as a metallurgical joining of two metal pieces together to produce essentially a single piece of metal. Remember, in this welding, we make use of the heat to convert the material either into the liquid state or to the plastic state. Later, we apply the pressure, or we may not apply the pressure to get the joint between the two equating parts. Welding is used for many fabrication work or repairing works. These are some examples where you can find these are the examples where you find usage of welding in day-to-day life. The first one is the knob. The handle is welded. Second is utensil. Handle is there, it is also welded. Bike chassis is there, it is welded. Railings are there, it is welded. Benches are there, it is welded. Window grills, it is particle welded. Almirahs are made with the help of the welding process. Even bridges are use the welding process. Cars and making of the airplane also require the welding process. Let's see what are the basics of a fusion welding process. Basically, three stages are there. The first stage, heat is used to melt the metal to get the molten state. Later, we will allow the molten metal to fuse. So, we are talking about the fusing of the molten metal of the both edges of the meeting parts of the base metal. So, later we will allow it for the solidification, and after solidification, we remove the slag in order to get a single piece. Let's try to understand this with a simulation. Here is the base metal. There are two base metals brought together where we wanted to have a joint. So we need some means of heating process there. So we heat it. When base metal is heated, the edges will be converted into molten metal. So this molten metal, we allow it to solidify. Meantime, we move the heat source from there. When the solidification takes place, so there will be a joining between both the joints. So that one we call it as a weld bead. Based on how heat is supplied, the classification of the welding process takes place. Number one is the electric arc welding. Number two is the welding. This is the diagram which will show you the different equipments required for the welding process. Or this diagram is used to explain the principle of arc welding process. So here we got a machine, which one we called as a welding machine or a machine which supplies the DC current. We got an electrode, we got what we call clamp, we got workpiece, we got electrode. So basically we know the arc welding is a welding process of joining metal to metal with the help of an electric arc which is established between the electrode and the workpiece. So when the electrode and the workpiece are brought near to each other, keeping some gap between them, there will be a formation of arc welding. A classic example is there to tell you that one, how this arc is produced. Suppose that you are moving on a road, a small pit is there, it is not wide enough. Then what happens? You pass it over it as it is without any much difficulty. If the pit is bigger one or wider one, you cannot walk away like that. So what you have to do? You have to take the jump. If the pit is a little wider one, you cannot jump it like that. What you have to do? To regain the energy, you have to move backward and you have to run for a short while. Then you can take a jump and you can cross to the other side. So suppose that this pit is too wide, so you can't jump it. The same thing also happens in case of your arc welding. So we maintain a very small gap between the electrode and the workpiece so that the current can jump from electrode to the workpiece. Electrode is a negative polarity and workpiece is a positive polarity. So we can struck the arc by two-way method. Two methods are there. The one we call it as a struck, establishing the arc by using the struck method. So where we swing the electrode over the workpiece, keeping some gap. So that will result into formation of the. Another method is to move the electrode very close to the workpiece, maintaining the gap till a arc is established here. So once the arc is established, the ionization of the process takes place in the air column which is there between the electrode and the workpiece. So this ionization will increase the temperature of the what we call zone to the higher range, which is more than the melting point of the base metals. So in this way, the arc is established and the arc is used to melt the edges of the joining system. Remember, I am going to melt only edges, not the complete material. The electrode which we use to establish the arc, it may be consumed or it may not be consumed. But normally in manual arc welding process, so it is a consumable electrode. These electrodes are fitted with what we call it as a flux. The flux is coated around it so that when the hot molten metal takes place, so it protects the what we call molten metal from the atmosphere. The flux forms the offsets and it results into formation of what we call it as a slag, which is light in weight, so it starts floating on the molten metal and thus it avoids further damage to the molten metal. Once the what we call this building arc establishment, formation of the molten metal takes place, where the fusion of the molten metal from the both ends of the workpiece takes place. We move away the heat from that place. We go to the next place where we wanted to join the two pieces. So when it is solidified, it turns to place into place. The points to be remembered regarding this arc welding is that one. Temperature is in the range of 3000 to 5000 degrees centigrade. Fusion takes place between the two joining parts, which results into a weld. So power supplied is having a low voltage, 17 to 45 volts, but the current is very high. So we supply more current with less voltage so that the current can jump from one end to the another end to form the arc. These are the list of the equipment of the vertical arc welding equipments: transformer, electrode holder, welding rod, protective shield, welding cables, gloves, wire gas, and shipping gun. Let's see one by one. Transformer is the basic vertical equipment required for the welding, because this is the responsible for bringing down the voltage which is normally available at 200 or 450 volts. It is brought down by this transformer. Basically, it is a step down transformer. We may have three phase, we may have a single phase one. So it may be a DC current transformer or it may be AC. If the AC is there, we use the rectifier to convert it into direct electricity. So following factors are to be remembered. Select the transformer, type of the electrodes to be used, metals to be welded, initial cost and running cost, available floor space area, and versatility. Second one is the electrode. It is also very important equipment of the welding. So we have to hold the different types of electrodes using this electrode. So normally it will have a job where we can put different diameter of the welding rods in it. Normally it is insulated. Basically, welding process is nothing but supply of the electricity from electrode to the workpiece. So there are every chance that a human may get shocked. So that's why the welding holder is insulated from this. So correct size of the vertical electrode holder is dependent on the type of the welding machine which you are using, which metals are going to be welded. Okay. So based on that one, we select the different vertical electrode holders and we adjust the amperage. Welding rods play a very important role. If you look at the welding rods, so these are the rods which are having the similar composition as that of the base metal. So there are two varieties of electrodes are there. One we call the consumable, another one we call the non-consumable one. The one shown in the picture is the consumable one. So you can see that one. The end of the rods is bare, and if you come below that, something is put. So that is another base for the classification of the electrodes: bare electrode and coated electrode. So coated electrodes are those electrodes where the flux is put around. The flux is very important because it's going to protect the molten metal from the atmosphere. So normally these fluxes are also insulated to the electricity so that it protects the further oxidation. So electrodes are coded like E8018P2. So each one will represent something. First E talks about the electrode, then it talks about the tensile position, type of the coating, chemical composition. So this I am telling you, just you should know that one, how these welding rods are coated, because that will give you the complete details about the what type of electrode it is. There is a small table also I am showing it here. So which shows you typical welding parameters for the mild steel. So it depends upon the diameter of the rod that will decide the voltage and that will decide the current. Next is the protective shield. It plays a very important role because of the high temperature. Ultraviolet rays will be formed, and ultraviolet rays are harmful for the eyes. To protect the eyes, we need the vertical helmet and the glasses. Helmet is required to protect it from the radiation of the ultraviolet rays, whereas glass is required to protect the eyes. Otherwise, will be subjected to what we call it as a burning of the retina. So latest version is what we call auto darning glasses are there. So because when we weld this, we are not going to get the clear idea about the welding rod and the workpieces because of the arc which has been developed between them. So auto darning has got a feature that one. Initially it is plain glass. Once the welding starts, it senses and it will turn the glass into the dark. So helmet should be light in weight so that the welder has to wear it for a longer period. Even not only the helmet, he has to wear the apron and the hand gloves also. So these are all the required for the safety. Cables are very important for the welding process because these are the ones which are supplying the electricity to electrode in the workplace. So we need to move this vertical welding cable rods everywhere in the shop floor. It should be multi-standard, it should be flexible, and it should be very strong so that it can withstand the abrasions, cuts, burns from the sparks, oil and water exposure. So welding cables normally they are insulated with PVC or EPDM. So insulation is must because otherwise it will harm the operator. So next is the glove. Gloves play a very important role. Because of what happens, the high temperature, the radiant heat will be passing around the welding zone. So to protect the operator from this radiant heat, we need to use the gloves which are polymerized because 95% of the vertical radiant heat will be get reflected if it is backed with the polymerized gloves. So next is the insulation. So to prevent the transfer of the heat, gloves are made from the leather or the cotton. Then again to protect it from the ultraviolet radiation. So leather gloves are made with a vertical leather material. So these jackets have added benefit of protecting the upper body from the spark and the spatter. The spatter is the one, the small droplets of the vertical welding material or the filler material which spreads around this arc. So stitching also plays a very important. We should use caliber stitching. If the normal stitching is there, when it's subjected to radiant heat, so it will be get damaged. So wire brush and chipping hammer, another two materials are there. So hammer we require it for removal of the slag. We have to chip it out. After the chipping, we need to clean it out with the help of the wire brush. Even the spatter or the slag is removed with the help of this wire brush. This wire brush and chipping hammer are also used for the cleaning of the workpieces just before the welding process. It requires beginning and end of the welding. This is the steps to be taken for a welding joint. Let's prepare the metal. So preparation of the metal to be welded. So it means what you have to select the right kind of welding rods and you have to clean the edges of the workpieces so that there should not be any dirt. If any dirt and dust is there, so we are not going to get the sound. Sometimes edge is prepared just with the thumb to penetrate the molten metal of the filler rod deep into the joints of the basement. Normally U-shape, V-shape is used to prepare the vertical meeting parts in preparation. So attach the clamps because so two pieces are to be kept in different position, 90 degrees or 60 degrees. To keep it in that position, we need to use clamps. Otherwise, right from doing the vertical welding, we cannot hold them. So properly clamp and normally we put tags around it so that they attach to each other in the right orientation. So later welding is carried out along with the joints where two parts are meeting. So right kind of vertical current, right kind of voltage is necessary to get a sound weld. Too much current is there, it will be burn the vertical workpiece. If the current supplied is very less, then also the possibility that there won't be any formation of the metal. Hence there is no welding process. So you have to keep the angle of the welding rod nearly 20 to 30% with respect to the vertical work. So without these angles, we cannot weld it easily. So these things we have to remember. Even we have to remember to maintain the arc. If the arc length is not vertical maintained properly, there won't be any heating action takes place. Hence there cannot be a welding process. The final one is the removal of the slag. So up to here we discussed about the arc welding process. In next video we will discuss about the gas welding. Thank you.